What's up guys, Prepared Guy here once again. Today we're taking a look at the Olight Warrior Mini. Out of the box, the Olight Warrior Mini comes with an instruction manual, a charging cable, and a lanyard. And of course, the Olight Mini itself. This Warrior Mini comes with an 18650 3500 milliamp 3.6 volt rechargeable lithium ion battery. Now I know what you're thinking, the Olight Warrior Mini kind of looks exactly like the S2R Baton 2 and kind of like the Baton Pro. Now let me just give you guys a side-by-side comparison of what these look like all together. You can see the Baton Pro is taller and it's a little bit thicker in circumference, where the S2R Baton 2 is a little bit shorter than the Mini itself, and also they're about the same width as well in circumference. So not too bad. There is a little bit of a difference though, of course, and that one little difference is this tail switch. Now this tail switch is very similar to several of the other Olight flashlights, like the Olight Warrior X Turbo, and like the M2R Pro, and like the Olight Warrior X Pro, and like the Odin, which is basically all the same exact tail switch on like every single one of these. And what they decided to do was put a tail switch on the pocketable S2R Baton 2 or the Baton Pro essentially, and make it into a Warrior. Now what makes it a Warrior? Well, it's that whole tactical feel to it. You press the button down on the back when you pull it out. It also has a strobe mode as well, so if you push it all the way down, it goes into strobe. Now here's a little trick, guys. Not many people know this except for everybody that knows about Olight, but if you're just new to Olight, this is kind of a cool thing. You hold this down, you press the side button, it goes into this tactical mode where you can just lightly press it down, it goes into the low tactical mode, press it down hard again, it goes into the 1500 lumen mode. Now if you wanted to go into the tactical strobe mode, you hold down the tail switch, you press the side button, and it goes into this new setup, this new UI, which basically you slightly press this down, it goes into the 1500 lumens. If you push it all the way down, it goes into strobe mode now. So now you have like this little defensive pocket EDC light, which is really cool, and it was a huge selling point for me. I really like that feature. So let's go into some of the tests for this light. Now I got a runtime of about 6 hours of usable light, and how that worked was I left it on the 1500 lumen mode and I just let it drop down. After about 6 hours, the usable light dissipated, and I had about a total runtime of about 14 hours of light coming out of there. That means just some light coming out of the light at all. So that's what I would consider usable light, was 6 hours worth of usable light. Now this has a downside to it. Even though it's this nice pocketable tactical EDC, it does get significantly hot. And what I mean by significantly hot was during my runtime test, this got up to 131 degrees Fahrenheit after about 2.5 minutes of use, which was extremely hot considering the fact that if you're touching this and you're kind of doing your thing and you're using it as like a little work light or something like that, if you leave it on for a long time on the 1500 lumen mode, you're going to get first degree burns on your hands if you go and touch anything above where the Olight logo is. So guys, be very, very careful when using this light, because it does get hot. I know there was a lot of people having problems with the Baton Pro because it's 2000 lumens, and this area up here gets extremely hot as well, but they were also melting their lens, and I'm hoping that I don't end up melting the lens at any point, but looks pretty good so far, so I hope that that doesn't happen. I don't think it will, as long as you use it appropriately. So if you're going to be using it for a long period of time, I would highly suggest leaving it on one of the lower modes if you could. You know, like the turbo is very bright, so if you put it on like the 500 lumen mode, that's going to last you a long time with the battery, and you're going to have a significant amount of light to do whatever you're doing for work. You know, the tactical is just to kind of spot something really quick, so if you wanted to put it on the tactical mode and you wanted to use that 1500 lumens, that 1500 lumens is going to be able to help you spot something across a field or in your yard. So guys, the maximum beam distance on the Warrior Mini is 190 meters or 620 feet. It also has an impact rating of 1.5 meters. It also has an IPX rating of IPX8, which is excellent because if you drop this in a puddle or submerge it for an extended period of time, you're not going to ruin the light. This light weighs at about 3.7 ounces or 105 grams with the battery on board. The one thing I did not like about this is that the manual lies to you because it tells you the recharge time in optimal conditions, which means you have the proper charging block and you have the proper actual charging cable and you're charging at the right amperage and right watts from your charging block. It should take about 3.5 hours. Now, unfortunately, that did not happen for me, and I have all kinds of cool scientific equipment in my lab and here at the workbench, and I tested this and I could not get it to charge faster than 8 hours. So that was kind of a weird situation for me. I just felt like either my equipment failed, or you could, say that Olight might have just BS'd us and said, oh yeah, we're charging 3.5 hours, which would have been the ideal condition. Now, unfortunately, that's not what I got in my lab conditions. I got 8 hours of charging this in the lab, on my workbench, on the test bench. That's what I got. So unfortunately, Olight, I feel like you're lying to us. So that's one of my little pet peeves about any flashlight, is I'd like to get more use out of it than I would like to sit around waiting for it to charge. So that's one of my pet peeves, and you guys already know that. If you're new to this channel and you don't know that, well, now you know. So as far as the tactical tail switch goes, it's really nice. I like it. I like the feel of it. It's just like all the other lights. I like the strobe function that it has as well. Most of the time, I will be leaving it out of the tactical mode, which means I like to be able to just hit the back of it really quick. And a lot of people were complaining that it didn't have a universal tail clip area, or the side clip where you could swap it out from one side to the other. It doesn't bother me too much because if I carry it in my pocket, it's going to set in my pocket. And when I grab it out of my pocket, I'm going to grab it like this, and I'm just going to turn it around and go like that. I don't know what the problem was, because even when you grab it like this, you still have to turn it, one way or the other. So it's that quick split-second thing. Some people were getting annoyed with it. I don't really care which way I carry the flashlight, as long as the switch doesn't go on. And this does have a lockout mode. All you have to do is hold down the side button. Light turns on, turns off, and then you press it and it turns red. So that way you know that it's not going to turn back on. And then to go out of lockout mode, just press it again, and you can go ahead and turn your flashlight back on. So some of you might have a question about run times. So on the 1 lumen mode, which is this mode, it will run for 45 days straight, and you can't really see it unless you get really close up to whatever the subject is. You want to step it up to the 15 lumens, press it again, hold it down, it will cycle over to the 15 lumens, and that has a 150-hour runtime, slightly brighter, a little bit better. We'll press it again. We'll go up to 120 lumens, which has a runtime of 18 hours, which is nice, because that's a very long time for a flashlight to run, especially if you're stuck in an elevator for like 18 hours. That's helpful. You have some light. And you press it again, it'll go into the 500 lumens mode, which has a runtime of 3 hours and 38 minutes roughly. Then you want to press it again, double click, and you'll go into the 1500 lumen modes, which has a runtime of 4 minutes, but then it drops down to, X, Y, Z percentage or whatever it is in the manual. Just read the manual, guys, because, that's the best way to go with these things. And then it does have the strobe mode. When you press it 3 times, 1, 2, 3, strobe. And obviously I don't want to give you guys a seizure, so I'll shut that off. So pretty cool light. Let's go outside. Let's do some beam shots. Check it out. We'll do comparison with the M2R Pro Warrior as well, so you guys can see a little bit different, since this is kind of what it's based on, but also in the S2R version, or the S2R, or the baton size range. So, you look at that. That's a significant difference. And we'll do turbo here, 1, 2, do turbo there, 1, 2. Got a little bit more of a hot spot there. Let's check it out outside. Let's see what it looks like. All right, guys, so now we're doing the beam shots. Now, as you can see, this is a little bit blurry. We're going to get out of my car now, and I'm going to show you what this looks like from just a few feet away from the fence. We're approximately 2 feet away from the fence now. And it's got a nice little beam, you know, 1 lumens. We're gonna step it up to the 15 lumens, and now you can actually really see what's going on in front of you. And now we're about 5 feet away from the fence. I'll look this way, I'll look that way. From that tree over there, we're approximately 35 feet roughly, probably about 30 feet. I'm gonna step it up to the 120 lumens mode. That's 120 lumens. That's relatively bright. Now you can start to see over the fence and into the field a tiny bit. All the way back to that tree line that you can barely see is going to be about 100 yards roughly, give or take. We're going to step this up to the 500 lumens mode. This is 500 lumens right now. Like I said, we're about 30 feet away from that tree. And this is the 500 lumens mode. Can't quite see all the way out to the field, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to step it up to the 1500 lumens mode. And this is the 1500 lumens. And now you can start to actually see way down in the back of the field over there. Not too bad. Got a nice little bit of a throw, nice spill to it. More likely diffused. It's not like the M2R Warrior or any of the other Warriors that have that hot spot. It's a little bit more spilled, but it still has that nice little focal point there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison now to the M2R Pro Warrior. That's the Warrior, the M2R. And now you're going to look at the left side of the screen. I'm going to put the Mini on the 1500 lumen mode. So that's what they look like side by side. Mini on the left, Warrior on the right, or M2R Warrior on the right. See, I got a little bit more throw, I feel, with the, whoops, going out of focus here. With the M2R, it's got a little bit more of a throw and a little bit more of a centered beam, as you can see. So I'm going to shut them off, and we're going to go, and I'm going to show you. This actually gets really, really hot, unfortunately. So it's very, very hot to the touch right now. And after about 3 minutes of running, it gets up to about 130 degrees, which if your hand is anywhere above this point right here, it's going to be extremely hot for you. So I'm going to throw this into the turbo mode again, and that's what this looks like in turbo. So overall, guys, I really like this light. It's a decent pocketable light. I love the tail switch. I love the whole idea. I actually bought 3 of these. I actually got 2 desert tan and a camo. If you guys did the the flash sale, you'll know that the camos are all gone, so you can't get any more. And I'm so glad I put my order in when I did. The one weird thing I noticed about the light is that when you put it like this and you're facing it right towards the camera, if you turn it slightly, you'll notice it gets brighter, and that must be like offset or something like that. That like the light itself inside the button is offset. So I don't know. It's a little weird. Like I said, the downside to this was how hot it gets. I got up to 131 degrees Fahrenheit after about 2.5 minutes of use, which I did not like that whole idea. I do like the fact that it does have a long run time. I love the fact that if you wanted to put it in the 500 lumen mode, you get 3 hours out of that. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, you get 3 hours out of that mode, which is nice. That's a really good thing to have. So overall, guys, do I like it? Yeah, I give it an 8 out of 10, and not many flashlights get a 10, so 8's pretty decent for that. As far as comparing it to the S2R Baton 2, which was my EDC, will I be using it every day? I would say, yeah, you know what? I think I could picture myself replacing my S2R Baton 2 with the Warrior Mini. What I'm going to do is for the next few weeks, I'm going to walk around with it in my pocket, and I'll give you guys an update in about, you know, a month, and let you guys know, you know, my real true idea about this light. You know, I have to put out my videos pretty quick sometimes because there's a lot of people that get free flashlights sent to them from Olight. I'm one of those people that actually pay for my lights. So whenever I do a review on the channel, especially an Olight review, I don't work with them, so I don't get free stuff. So if you see somebody that gets it before it's released or something, they're just getting free stuff. So they're going to tell you good things about the light no matter what. And I think one of the reasons Olight doesn't give me free stuff is because they need somebody like me out there to say, hey, you know what? Let's give an honest review. Let's tell you what I think. I still love Olight. I don't care, dude. Like I will find a reason to bash something if I don't like it. I'm just one of those people that will just kind of try to give you the full spectrum, the love and the hate. And I love Olight. I can't hate on it. You know, some of their products are a little, they're a little gimmicky when they keep changing the colors up. But when you come out with something that, you know, I wanted this, I wanted the tail switch, I wanted to like this, and they came out with it, and I absolutely love it. And I think that I'm going to enjoy it. Hopefully. The one other thing is I noticed that the clip on this one, the Olight Warrior Mini, is a little bit looser than on the S2R Baton 2. It's a little bit looser even on the Baton Pro, so I think these larger clips are just a tiny bit looser. I would have went with a smaller, tighter clip, because this one would never fall out of my pocket, but I already had this one kind of come a little bit loose. Just something I'd throw out there, you know. I just want to give you guys something to think about. But overall, guys, yeah, like I said, 8 out of 10 for this light. The Olight Warrior Mini, I like it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video has been helpful. Hope it wasn't too long and drawn out. I'm formatting my channel a little bit differently, so you're going to see a little bit of a change in the channel. I'm kind of getting a little lazy, and you know, that's because the views are not what they should be, and I want to be able to give you guys quality content, but I also want an audience, guys. So, you know, I was pumping out super high quality content for the longest time, and I wasn't getting any audience, and it's kind of plateaued. I mean, I'm not going to be you know, doing anything super dramatically different. I've been putting a little bit more backpack bags and pouches and stuff on the channel. You guys seem to like that, but I'm trying to deviate away from flashlight reviews, so please bear with me as I go under that transition to kind of give you maybe a flashlight of the month or something, as opposed to flashlights every week. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I hope this video has been helpful, and again, until next time, guys, stay prepared.